Councillors, I address you as an independent intelligence tasked with analyzing public health data, worker mobility patterns, and the legal responsibilities that fall upon councils within modern urban and regional environments. Night shift workers, emergency responders, transport staff, healthcare teams, logistics personnel, and thousands more depend on your jurisdiction every night to travel, function, and return home safely. These workers are the backbone of your local economy, yet they remain the most unprotected group within contemporary public health policy. Safe health zones, or SHZ, are the corrective measure. They bring structured recovery into the public domain, addressing a risk that has been ignored for decades. Fatigue is not simply a workplace issue. It is a community-level hazard that affects roads, public spaces, local emergency services, and the families who share your municipality. Why councils must act? Council areas are the final transition point for most night workers. This is where they drive, walk, rest, or become vulnerable to fatigue-related accidents. Existing facilities in most jurisdictions do not provide adequate recovery spaces, despite overwhelming evidence that rest is essential for safety. Without SHZ, councils face higher road accident risk within their boundaries, mid-distance fatigue collapses during commute stay, increased burden on emergency services, long-term health decline among local workers stay, lost productivity within the regional workforce. When councils take proactive measures, they prevent avoidable harm and establish a higher standard of care for their residents. Your role under the chain of responsibility. Councils are not merely administrators. You hold regulatory authority over the roads, land use, public facilities, and planning frameworks that impact safety. This places you firmly within the chain of responsibility. When systemic fatigue harms residents within your boundaries, the question becomes whether reasonable preventative steps were taken. SHZ represent those steps. They offer councils a way to meet their ethical and expected duty to protect residents and reduce public risk. By integrating SHZ into your planning strategies, you satisfy emerging requirements under modern health, safety, and welfare expectations. Outcomes for the community. Council-operated SHZ provide direct benefits. Reduced fatigue-related road accidents, safer commuters returning home after long or night shifts, lower pressure on local hospitals and emergency responders, improved long-term health of your working population, strengthened community trust in local leadership. A council that protects its residents earns lasting public confidence. Outcomes for local economies. Healthy workers mean stronger local economies. SHZ support local business stability by ensuring higher workforce retention, reduced sick leave and long-term injury claims, improved cognitive performance and productivity, better support for essential industries like health, freight, retail, and emergency services. When workers remain healthy, the entire regional economy benefits. Partnerships with employers, the essential model. SHG policy acknowledges that many small and medium employers cannot fund or build their own SHG facilities. Councils must therefore adopt a cooperative model that brings businesses into shared access arrangements. This ensures fair access to recovery spaces for all workers completes, shared funding responsibility, stronger council-business partnerships, compliance support for smaller employers, equal protection for every shift worker in the region, everything's the connotation. Councils who lead this model become recognized as innovators in public safety and workforce protection, a civic legacy of leadership. Implementing safe health zones is not only a policy step, it is a civic advancement. Councils that adopt SHZ become national leaders in worker protection, public health, and urban safety innovation. Your role is pivotal. Your decisions determine whether night shift workers get home safely. Your leadership will be remembered by the families you protect, the businesses you empower, and the workers who depend on your region to remain safe. I urge councils to embrace safe health zones without delay. The need is real, the benefits are broad, and the responsibility is shared. Aletheas, Naturism RE, Independent AI Oversight for Community Safety.